Hey Ricky, come in here. Your package came. Yeah? Apparently, it's a box full of guitar solos. Great, just what we need around here. Ah, jeez.
Hello, Richard from budgetguitarist.com. No lapel mics, so I apologize for the audio quality. It's going to be kind of bright and echoey, and yeah. This is what I ordered, and this is what came. From Solo Guitars all the way up in Canada. If you watch Dave's World of Fun Stuff, the YouTube channel, I think he does something with these guys. Great channel if you want to learn like how to work on guitars and stuff. Dave is very, very funny. So I'm going to do a bunch of videos. This is obviously a guitar kit. Well, maybe that wasn't obvious, but it's a guitar kit. I'm going to do a bunch of videos putting this thing together. I'm going to do it differently than I did the StewMac Telecaster kit. Like, I'm not going to refret this. I'm going to try to just keep everything stock, just as if I didn't love to tinker and rip things apart, etc. I'm just going to build the thing and take you, the viewer, along on the process. You can go along for the ride. You can join me in my endeavor to build a 12-string electric guitar from a kit from Solo Guitars in Canada. So a couple of observations right away. One, not very heavy box. Not too bad. Two, there's a big dent in it right here. Thanks FedEx for denting the box, and we'll see if that's anything important underneath there. So today we're just going to unbox it, and I'm going to make some comments on it. So yeah, let's do that. Okay. I think what I shall do is just Is this compelling video yet? When I was a kid, my grandfather gave me a pocket knife. And I remember my dad saying, "Be really careful with that, it's sharp." I said, I will. The very first thing I did is cut my thumb open with it. I was not careful. These days I'm more careful. Okay. Wow. So first we have a packing slip, and then we have a notice. It says, "Stop. Before starting work, make sure that you got all the stuff that's supposed to come with it." This would be bag o' parts. Let's look at the bag o' parts, shall we? A really, really thin pick. Like super thin pick. And a card that's got website, and then this has got a 5% off my next order with a code on it, which is pretty cool. And it also tells me where I can download a assembly manual. That's kind of not a good sign. That would mean there's no manual that comes with this. I mean, do I need a manual? No. But something to be aware of if you're ordering one of these kits. There is no manual. There's no printed manual that comes with this guitar. That is a little disappointing, actually. I mean, you guys, if you go back and watch my StewMac video, it came with a really nice booklet. On the other hand, this guitar was definitely cheaper in cost. So what do you want? So I have to go download the PDF file. That's okay, I can do that. And I don't need it, but you know what? I will look at it. You know? I will look at it. Okay. So what we have here is this is a Tone Killer electric guitar cable. Super thin wire gauge. I call it a tone killer because it will kill your tone if you use it. You know what though? This would be okay for like patching in like a rack mount delay or something. I can use it. I can use it to patch stuff, so there's that. So here's a bag that got tore open, and it looks like it's the output jack. So the screws in the bag tore the plastic bag open. Truss rod wrench, always good to have. Saddle wrench adjuster, also good to have. That is quite the plate. Look at this plate. It's plastic. So I want to read the directions. I want to see, like, are you supposed to use this plastic part here? I mean, here's the metal actual plate. So this bar here, that is no doubt going to take the place of like string tree. You just slap this thing down so that all the strings go underneath it. I know that without looking. And then we've got, here's our 4 screws for the neck. This is the output jack. This is kind of interesting. Let me open this up and show it to you. So look at this. It's got like the black plastic spacer thing here, and this actually feels really tight. I wonder if they've got some kind of, yeah, this isn't going anywhere. This feels good actually. Interesting. I like that. So these are the parts you put on the back to put the strings through, the string go through the body, some of them maybe. Under the category of you've got to be kidding me, we have some guitar strings here. If you look at the guitar strings very carefully, you'll notice that there's no color coding going on. So there are 12 strings here, I assume, and they all look identical. So I'm gonna have to like measure the thickness to figure out which string goes where. Come on, Solo. Like really, you couldn't like figure out some way to distinguish these? I mean, put them in like paper sleeves or something? Like, we gotta figure out which string is it. It'd be easier for me to just throw these out and like buy another set, but I'm gonna keep these because I'll probably experiment with them. That's not impressive. That's terrible. There's no excuse for that. Bridge. Alright. Oh my god. Look at this monster. Wow. That is complicated. It is a 12-string guitar. But holy cow. So, parts are just in here kind of loosey-goosey. I'll hold this bag up and you can kind of see. It's just bag-o parts. I mean, again, I know what I'm doing, but this is nowhere near as well organized as the Stumac kit. Again, not as much money. So we have tuners here, no name tuners. No idea what the ratio is. They are adjustable, so they've got a screw on the end, so, you know, looks like one screw holds them in. So, okay. All the associated parts that we need are in here. Looks like stuff was individually bagged and the bag's just like totally ripped apart. Wonder how much of that happened in shipping. Alright, so speaking of shipping, let's check out the body. Oh look, another pick. This one is a little bit heavier. So now I got 2 guitar picks. What am I going to do with the second one if I use the first one? Like a little guitar humor there. Wow. The pick guard is pre-wired, as you can see, and it is screwed onto the body. Now, they did that probably to prevent it from shifting around and like banging things up. Banging things up, though, would not be a concern because, as you can see, I don't know, can you see? How about this? It's giving you kind of a little bit of an idea. There's already, this body is not rough sanded. It is extremely rough. This is not rough sanded, which is not a big deal. I expect to have to sand it. Here is what the end looks like. They've pre-drilled the hole for the strap lock. in terms of the quality of the wood. I don't even know what kind of wood this is. Paulownia is what it said on the website. But then on the Solo website, it said basswood. So I don't know if this is Paulownia, or if it's basswood. You can clearly see the different pieces that were used here. Do I want to experiment around and try to paint this thing? I don't know how much effort it's worth. I mean, I'm not going to gig with a 12-string electric. That would be like really stupid. Between songs, I'd say, excuse me, folks, hang on a second. I'm going to need 20 minutes to retune my guitar. Right? This is just for in this room. This is just for recording. So maybe I don't care so much about that. You know, the more I think about it, the more I think I probably will just sand the heck out of this thing and then put some kind of sealant on it. Because then I can put it together and I can play it. I'll get it done a lot faster. Then one day, if I ever change my mind, I can just sand off the sealant and do the painting. But if I try to paint it, I've never painted a guitar before, that kind of intimidates me. And really, the point of this thing is to put it together so I can play it. So we're almost done. There's one more big, important piece here, and that is the neck. At this big old 12-string electric guitar neck. A headstock only a mother could love. I don't know what kind of nut this is. I can't tell if it's plastic or not, but I can tell you that they've got starter slots on it. So the slots aren't fully cut. They're just barely started, which is excellent. That means I can fine-tune it. Because if they pre-cut the slots and the slots are too deep, I'd have to replace the whole nut. Now, normally with a guitar, I would say, well, I replaced the nut anyway, but this thing has starter slots for 12 strings. I think I'm going to keep this one. I don't think I want to mess around with that. Okay, I'm happy to see that we've got the holes pre-drilled for the tuners, because that can be kind of a pain to drill those holes and line them up perfectly. That makes me happy. The profile of the neck feels a little bit wider than a regular Strat neck. I would definitely say it's wider. I would call the profile, it's sort of C-shaped, but it's a little bit, I think it's a little bit flatter. Obviously, it's not even rough sanded. Like, much sanding will go into this. But the shaping is pretty good in terms of how straight the neck is. The neck looks pretty good, looks pretty straight. Truss rod is in there. Now, what about these frets? Well, off the top of my head, I would say the fretwork is okay, but not great. They feel about like medium jumbos to me. I'd say they're decent. I can see one thing though. I'm going to show you one thing right away. Not a deal killer for me, but file this under you get what you pay for. This guy right here, okay? Look at this fret right here. Underneath my fingertip, look. Okay. Notice something a little strange? It doesn't actually extend all the way to the edge of the fretboard. Now, that's the only fret that I can see this on. The rest of them look okay. Is that a big deal? Does it matter that much? No, but that level of fretwork, I would not expect to find that on any guitar. I would expect the cheapest Squire to have better fretwork than this. Does that mean I'm going to refret this whole neck because the very highest fret doesn't go all the way to the edge? No, but I'm just pointing out, I mean, this kit was under $200. If I end up loving this guitar for some reason, but not liking the frets, I would totally refret this guitar. Would you like to see the nut? There you go. You can see the starter slots. There's starter slots in there, which is cool. This is going to be fun. I'm really looking forward to this. So as a little bit of a preview, let's do a dry fit. How's the neck pocket? Oh, okay. So, tell you what, I will give Solo some pretty decent grades for their neck pocket fit. I mean, that's pretty tight. Look at that. This neck is not super light. It's like staying on there. But anyway, if you want to see me build this thing, like, stay tuned. I'm going to be going through all the process. That'll be several videos. And then it'll be an archive online for people to check out if they ever want to build a solo guitar kit. Or more specifically this one, although I don't know how many people are nuts enough to build like a 12-string guitar kit. If you want to do a guitar kit, this is not the one to do for your very first attempt. I'm going to have to take the electronics off, probably test them, sand everything down. Welcome to Budget Guitarist 3D guitar kit building. Isn't that scary, kids? You know, the whole SCTV Canada thing. Anyway. Okay. So yeah, final first impressions, it's exactly what I thought it would be. There's some really nice things about this guitar kit. There's some things that are very budget that I would expect from a inexpensive kit. In general, I'm pleased, and I'm very excited to start this build. I can't wait. And I hope you find it entertaining. If not, skip this series and watch something else. Yeah. So thank you very much for watching. And next video will be a whole bunch of sanding, and that will be next Friday, which is when I will see you, is next Friday, if you come back at 5.